Good evening, everyone. Hello, and welcome to another Simple Stamping Sunday. I hope some of you can join me tonight. Literally, I've just started speaking, and who's coming to join me straight away? Tommy. I've barricaded him off this time, so hopefully he won't be able to get over. No, he's going to attempt. So hi, welcome. I'm on my own tonight, so I don't know whether or not I'm going to be able. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see comments. Tommy, please no. Oh, every week, this is a nightmare. So yes, so let me just see if I can just get myself ready. Let me see if I can see comments. Oh, there's a cat trying to get in everywhere. I'm so sorry about this. Let's try this again, shall we? Okay, sorry about that. Little bit of a hiccup there. Cats are annoying, and he will not leave me alone. So, right. And we'll get through this. So, I feel a little bit flustered tonight now already. Is this going out live? Yes, it is. I think it is. Yes, good. All right. I don't know why I feel really flustered tonight for some reason. Tommy's put me off already. So yes, so here's another Simple Stamping Sunday tonight for you. We are giving you a bit of a sneak peek tonight actually, and using the new Forever Lovely stamp set, which is out very soon in the new Spring Summer catalogue. Obviously on part of the celebration thing as well. So and that's this stamp set right here. It's actually a really gorgeous stamp set. Actually, I haven't played with it much yet until recently, and I'm actually really enjoying playing with it. It's a two-step stamping one. It's one of the detailed. I've forgotten what they call it. I've just gone really blank. It's a two-step, and it's one of the detailed ones as well. So it will show a little bit of detail and give you different textures. You can see from the card, which I'm going to be showing you how to make here today. It gives you some different layers of inking in there as well, different shades, and that's just from one stamp and one inking. Nothing special to it, so it's really simple to get a really nice little effective card. It's also a stamp which comes with coordinating dies as well. So if you wanted to step it up and you were obviously more of a casual crafter or an avid crafter, and you've got all of your big shots and you've got all of your die cutter machines, then obviously this is something which you may want to look into as well. But obviously keeping it simple stamping, we're not going to use any of these straight away. I'm just going to literally just give it some paper, ink and stamps. And that's literally all we're going to be doing. We're going to create this card here. I do have another one lined up, which I've got some die cuts if we get round to doing it, depending on how long it takes me with this one here. Yeah, I think as a lot of you must be busy tonight. Obviously, it is the night before Christmas Eve, so happy Christmas, everyone. I see you're probably all a bit busy, but I wanted to still keep my Simple Stamping Sunday going. Yes, so let's crack on with this, shall we? So I'm just going to put this. I've got all of the stamps already mounted up on my blocks, which I'm going to be using. Let me just move some stuff out of the way and put that away for a moment. And then we will start stamping. So again, as normal, we will be using the Whisper White note cards and envelopes. So it's a packet of 20 cards and envelopes, so perfect. You don't need to worry about any trimmers or anything like that, not really, unless you're obviously wanting to cut down like what I've done, but you could probably do this straight onto the cardstock if you wanted to. But obviously I've trimmed out the some Whisper White card and mounted and layered it on some black card right here, just to give us another dimension. But you don't need to do that as well. You could just literally go straight onto the note cards and be done with it. So that's good. Right, so I have got my two pieces here. Now, I can't remember what did I measure these out at. So these are probably going to be a bit awkward. So it's 4 and 4 1/8 of an inch by 3 inches. Okay, it's a little bit, I've got some odd sizing this week for some reason. Let's go centimetres. 10.5 centimetres, there we go, by 7.5 centimetres. I don't know why I went inches, I'm really flustered tonight. And we have then, this is 10.7, I've gone 2 millimetres longer, just to give me, I want to get really narrow, and this one here is then 7.7 as well. So I only wanted a millimetre either side, so it's a really, really simple, really, really basic, very, very thin line tonight. Alright, so this one here is a 2-step. So what I'm going to do is, what one should I go first? Let me do it with the outline flowers. Okay, so I'm using the ink spots. These are a little bit less beautiful. So one of the things which you need with these ones is you don't want the ink pads to be too juicy, which our ink pads are a little bit juicy sometimes. So sometimes with an ink spot, don't put too much ink into it to refill it up, and it will there's just enough ink on there, and it won't saturate it too much. Now it doesn't. I'm just going to stamp this up. It doesn't look like I'm actually stamping, or inking, should I say, this up too much. Okay, but I'm just going to do that. I'll see the problem with the red ink pads is that they will stain your stamps. So you, after inking with red, you would always have a red stamp afterwards. So I'm just going to give this a nice coverage, and I am going to turn it around the correct way, and I'm just going to then just push that down like so. That's it, and we will take it off. And typical, I didn't get a good impression there, did I? That's because I need a stamping mat. Bear with me. I'll leave a little bit of foam underneath. It's a good thing paper has 2 sides to it. So let's do that again. Let me ink that up. That's the one, and we would try that again. See, when you're using photopolymer, you may just need a little bit of a cushion underneath it, just to give you a bit of coverage here. Actually, this isn't going to work either. I'm going to. There we go. Got a much better impression. It's because photopolymer doesn't have any rubber on it, so I'm working on a hard surface here. So obviously I didn't give it enough pressure, and it didn't obviously connect the paper, the ink, the stamp and the paper didn't connect too well. So just by using the foam pad, the stamping mat here, which is also available in the catalogue, it just adds that foam layer, so it just gives it a little bit of give when you're stamping. And you can see the first time like that, I messed it up because I didn't get enough pressure in the middle there. Second time with the pad underneath, I've got a good impression. Hi Sandra, how are you? Thank you for joining me tonight. I think everybody must be busy. It's just you at the moment by the looks of it. So what we're going to do then is we're going to move over onto the green. Okay, so that was Melon Mambo ink, which we started with, and now we're going to be going over to Old Olive. Okay, so I will just stamp this one up here again using the ink spots. So now, when I did the original, I actually used our Stamparatus to do this. So I'm doing this by hand here because you don't need all of those big tools. It's nice if you have got them, but you don't necessarily need them straight away. Let's get that around the correct way. So I'm just going to stand up here for a moment. Okay, just going to line this up. And I'm going to go down there. That's it, and we're just going to ink that up there. So you can see I put the flowers down with the melon mambo, and now going in with the old olive, and I get that. So you can see there, I've now created. Let's come in a bit closer. Is my camera going to work tonight? Probably not. No, it doesn't want to. No, it's not going well for me tonight. Nope. Okay, and then we will then go with the Memento Tuxedo Black. Oh, I seem to have a few more people. Hi, Chrissy, how are you? And who have we got? We've got Angie as well. Thank you for joining me tonight. That's it. So I'm just going to put the sentiment here into some Tuxedo Black, and I'm just going to then just, oh, need to come up again. And I'm just going to put that down in the corner here. Like so. And there we have a very simple card. Alright, so with that one there, I am then going to just mat and layer this onto some black card using the Tombow glue here. Don't need much on this. You can see I've gone for a really tiny border this time. I literally wanted 1mm around. I didn't want it to be overpowering the black border. But I just wanted it enough because it just pulls the sentiment in, I think. Just well, happy. Oh, yeah, it's the 24th now if you're in Australia, isn't it? Happy Christmas Eve. So. That's it. So we now take the note card. I'm just going to fold that in half here. Okay. And we put a bit more glue on the back here. So I'm keeping this nice and flat because it is ideal for postage. If you make it too bulky, then obviously it's going to cost you a fortune in postage, as I found out with some Christmas cards which I sent out, but never mind. It was worth it. But obviously if you're hand delivering this to somebody, then you could probably put some dimensionals on the back here and just give it another layer as well, which would be really good. And that there is a very simple card, just using stamps, ink and paper. So you can see the original one, which I've got there. I positioned it ever so slightly different. It's a little bit further up maybe just to fill up this space here when I did it the first time around, but I still think it looks quite nice. And that's using the Forever Lovely stamp set. It's a gorgeous little stamp set actually. It's got so much which you can do with it. You see you've got the individual dies. I've seen some people which have created some lovely little cards already just with these flowers ready for Valentine's Day, obviously coming up in around about 5 or 6 weeks, isn't it now? Obviously you've got the dies which cut out these ones right here as well. It's a lovely, it's a really nice little stamp set, and I'm really excited to start playing with this one soon actually and show you a little bit more. And obviously I'm excited to see what other people do as well with it, which would be really lovely. So that's that. I did have another one which I was going to prepare for you here, so let me put that one to one side. I've done a lot of the preparations already. This one's obviously not so simple, which is why I've done some of the work already after this, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you the dies briefly with it. So we've got the dies. I've stamped everything, so stamps, ink and paper, but for anyone out there that's obviously is a little bit more advanced and obviously has got the die cutter machine, you can individually die cut these flowers right here, stamp and die cut. You've got the individual leaves right here, and you can stamp these ones like that. And some of them don't even need to be stamped. You've got the other ones in here as well. like these ones here, which you just die cut them out, and it's like that. So you've got these ones here which cuts these two out, you've got this one here which is going to cut this one out, and you've got this one here which is going to cut this one out right here. So you can do all sorts of it as well. You've got this one here, the bigger one. I'll show you a card actually, Sandra. It's a little bit of a sneak peek, which we're going to be doing in class next time. So yeah, so that's that. So I'm just going to just make this one up quickly, just to show you something else. It's a little bit more advanced. So I've already cut some real red, cut down the Whisper White, and I've die cut the corner parts out here as well. I really quite like these little hole parts. You've got these two little bits here which have helped me do these, add a little bit of interest to the corners really over here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that one to one side, and I'm just going to probably position it something. We will have it something like that. So I'm going to stick one down. I'm going to stick one down flush onto the card, like so. And I'll probably stick, let's get some dimensionals. Stick that one. So obviously now we're adding some dimension to it. So obviously if we make it too chunky, it's going to be more expensive to post this out. Alright, so I'm going to put another one like so there. And now with this one, we could really, let's put one on to start off with. And take that off. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put two dimensionals on there. I'm going to give it a layer of two here. Just so it sits up like that. So we've got several layers here, and taking these ones which I've already pre-cut and pre-stamped and cut here. A little bit of glue on the back side there, and we just tuck those in behind over here. So we'll stick that there. So you all ready for Christmas? Everyone got all your shopping done? Is anyone out there? So yeah, so at work today was absolutely heaving. It was really busy today. So luckily I finished work at 2 o'clock, which was nice. So we'll put that one in there. Let's just take that round. Got a bit of glue on me. And one last one. That's it. I think Tommy's finally got the message not to interrupt me whilst this is. He's now gone back to bed. Let's just position these around a little bit whilst they're still a little bit wet. That's it. Presents wrapped. Well done. Yeah, we've done all of our wrapping as well actually now, Sandra. Jay did all of that yesterday. So I brought them, he's wrapped them. Alright, so I'm going to use the sentiment again. Actually, I wanted to change the sentiment here. Let's put a different one. I think that one there would be quite nice. try and get that on a bit straighter here. That's good. What good plan with me with the wrapping? Yeah, well I still brought everything though, Sandra. So. Yeah, Angie, I had all good intentions to make boxes. Every year I say I must make boxes, but it didn't happen. It hasn't happened. So, yes. We will put that on. I'm going to go up the top here. I'm going to put that one right there. Hi Wendy, how are you? Happy Christmas. And Veronica, hi, how are you? You alright? Have a good day at work, Wendy. Hopefully it's not too busy and stressful for you and you finish nice and early. That's it, so we do that and we will then just mat and layer that then onto some red here. Yeah. Actually, yes, no, I will do. Sorry, Jay, if you're watching this, you're going to curse me because I've been indecisive. He told me off last week. Said one of my pet hates. He said to me is being indecisive on the videos. So I'm sorry if you're watching this. That's it, and we will stick that right there. And the same thing again. Take one of the note cards here. And some glue on the back. Like that. And we will then. So obviously one of the great things obviously with Stampin' Up is that obviously all the colours coordinate. So I've got a real red ink pad and I've got a real red background here. So all the shades of red are exactly the same. And that there is our other card. So obviously not so simple because obviously we've had to do the die cutting here, but it's still, if you are a little bit more into your crafting, then that's an area, an avenue which you can take. But obviously if we bring in the original one, which we've done with the simple Stampin', then you've got two types here. One really simple, you just need a stamp set, some inks and some paper. This one obviously you need just a little bit more as you get into it. So that's our two cards which I've got for you here today. And obviously I've done a lot of the work here because I didn't want you to see me die cutting and everything like that. So it's yeah, it's a bit boring when you see that. So I kept that. Let's just do those. I need to bone fold those down a little bit. So there's our two cards. Now if I can grab them, I've lost them again. As a sneak peek, I will show you some other stuff which we've done. This is one which we've done here as well. Obviously, Sandra, turn your eyes away because this is what we're doing in class next on the 8th of January. So anyone who's local to us who wants to join us in Basingstoke, then this is one of the cards which we'll be making. So again, we're using the other die cut which is on here as well, some embellishments and obviously the stamps. And we will be doing this one here, which is a new stamp with the cake punch, and we would also be doing this one here as well, which is the free stamp which you can get during the celebration with a £45 spend. So there's our cards which we'll be doing in a couple of weeks time. This one again we're using that, so I'm going to hide that back so Sandra you can't see it too much. There we go, so that's that. But there are our three lovely cards. Our three lovely cards. I'm really confused tonight. Two cards, one simple, one not so simple. Hope you like those. And yes, if anyone wants to purchase from us, you can do. You can head over to our online shop, which you can find all of the links attached to our Facebook page, and we can go over onto our blog as well. Everything is all on there. All of our links to our online shop. If you live in the UK or a European, one of the 5 European countries, which you can also sell to, please feel free to add us as your demonstrator. We would love to be your demonstrator. What was that? Sorry, I haven't got my glasses. Okay, that's good. So yes, so head over onto our online shop. Obviously, our blog as well. We post all of our information, all of our stuff on there. I'll be posting this on our blog tomorrow. If I get my act together, I'll get the blog post written tonight, and I will post these on a blog so you can see them. You can see some better pictures, some closer pictures of them, in a little bit more detail with the items which we've used, and so on. So that's that. So yes, we'll keep that nice and simple now. I will come to a close, and I will see you again next Sunday. I still plan to do one next Sunday as well. Not sure what I'm going to be doing as of yet, but we will see. I'll probably be using one of the new stamp sets as well from the Spring Summer catalogue once again. Give you a little bit of a sneak peek. But obviously it won't be long to wait then until you can actually start buying these from us if you wanted to. So thank you for watching. I hope you all have a lovely Christmas. Yes, Merry Christmas, Chrissy. Thank you very much. Yeah, I hope you all have a lovely, wonderful day. We're off to the pantomime tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to, which is great. So I'm going with my mum and my dad. It feels really weird. It should be for real young kids, but no, a 39-year-old going to the pantomime with his mum and dad. They want to go. They enjoy it, so I'm taking them with it. Mum, if you're watching, sorry for embarrassing you, and don't embarrass me, please. So yes, that's us. We've got all of our we're all set and ready for Christmas. So I hope you all have a lovely time, and I will see you next Sunday evening at 7 o'clock for another Simple Stamping Sunday. Thank you very much, and I will see you or speak to you all next week. Bye for now. Bye.